I was 27 when my husband left a note on the fridge and the rent unpaid. Our son, Max, was 3 and still called Thunder Sky Drums. I stood there with a grocery list in one hand and the note in the other and realized I had exactly 118. 42, 3 diapers, and a washing machine that rattled like a shopping cart. People think the hardest part is the leaving. It isn't. It's the math that comes after. For a while I stitched money together like a quilt. Night shifts at a 247 diner, mornings cleaning short-term rentals, afternoons delivering groceries. I'd nap sitting up while Max watched the same truck cartoon on mute and pushed his toy dump truck in circles. When I cleaned, I noticed something silly and small. Hosts were always begging me to throw a load in before new guests arrived, and they'd tip big for fresh sheets and towels folded tight. Laundry was the only part of the job that felt like control warm, clean, finished. The first time I charged for it, I was terrified. I posted in a neighborhood group, wash, dry, fold, 24-hour turnaround, sensitive detergent on request, pick up after 6 p.m., Maya Max. I priced it at $1.50 per pound because that's what the laundromat charged for self-serve, and added a $5 pickup fee. My first customer was a sleep-deprived new dad with spit-up on his shoulder. He handed me 2 overstuffed bags and whispered, "If you bring these back clean, I'll name a sock after you." I washed in our apartment machine, air-dried delicates on a line strung across the bathtub, and folded on the bed while Max helped by making sock puppets. I delivered the next evening with a printed receipt I designed in Word. He tipped 20. I cried in the car. Word spread in the small way that changes a life. Airbnb hosts messaged, then a hair salon that went through towels like an ER, then a physical therapy clinic that needed linens twice a week. I learned quickly. Consumables. Costco detergent is cheap but harsh. I switched to fragrance-free liquid for most loads and kept a hypoallergenic brand for baby stuff. I stocked Oxy, vinegar, and a whiteboard for stain triage. Workflow. Sort immediately, pre-treat in batches, run whites first while the water's hottest, fold as soon as the dryer stops. Delay equals wrinkles equals do-over equals waste. Pricing. 1. 50 LB became 2, 0 LB within a month. Commercial clients got per-piece rates. I added a rush fee and a don't sort surcharge. When the apartment machine died mid-cycle, I took it as a sign. I called a closing motel and bought 2 used commercial washers, $250 each, and a dryer for $200. The landlord allowed them in the garage if I upgraded the electrical, and promised not to flood the neighbors. I set up a simple LLC, free EIN, $125 state fee, opened a business bank account, and got Bailey's coverage so I could replace anything I ruined, plus general liability. My first real hire was Mrs. Alvarez, our downstairs neighbor, who watched Max for 2 evenings a week in exchange for cash and free laundry. I learned to schedule pickups between daycare closing and bedtime, carry a square reader, and keep lollipops in the glove box for meltdown emergencies. I also learned to say no to unreasonable turnaround times, no to, "Can you also iron my 12 silk shirts for free?" The break came from a mess. A boutique hotel booked a wedding party, the plumbing backed up, and management called in a panic. 3 rooms worth of soaked linens, the manager said, and the bride's arrival is at 4. I borrowed a cargo van from a friend, called in every favor I had, and turned my garage into a triage unit. We washed, dried, spot-treated makeup from pillowcases with cold water and a prayer, and delivered at 3:37 p.m. The hotel put me on a rotating contract Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. I bought 2 more dryers and a loud Bluetooth speaker. Max danced in the garage while I folded. Still, everything felt fragile. 1 leak, 1 flue, 1 broken alternator, and the math cracked again. I needed space, and I needed to stop carrying bags up 3 flights of stairs at midnight. The only affordable spot I found was a 900 SQFT cinderblock unit on a half-tired strip of service business's mower repair, a nail salon, a taco truck that made the whole block smell like cilantro and mercy. The unit had a floor drain and a roll-up door. The landlord didn't blink when I said laundry. I signed a lease with trembling hands, installed water-saving front loaders I found at an auction, and painted the walls a clean, ridiculous white. I put up a hand-lettered sign, BrightNest, wash dry fold, 24 HYOS. The day we opened, 3 people arrived before we unlocked. The salon owner, the clinic, and a woman who said, "Are you the sock lady?" I was now the sock lady. A month in, another pattern. Car seats. Parents carried them in like wet cement milk sours fast in summer. "Can you do anything?" they'd ask. I started watching YouTube detailing videos at night extractors, steamers, enzyme cleaners. The techniques for upholstery weren't far from stain removal on sofas or duvets. The equipment was heavier and louder, but the logic was the same. Pre-treat, agitate, extract, dry. I took a 1-day detailing course at a community college, spent $600 on a portable hot water extractor, $180 on a steam cleaner, and $75 on an ozone machine for stubborn odors. On Saturdays, I rolled cars into the bay, put on knee pads and shampooed seats, steam-cleaned mats, brushed headliners, and vacuumed Cheerios from the dark corners of parenthood. I offered 3 packages: bronze, $79, vacuum, wipe down, windows, silver, $149, bronze plus, seat mat shampoo, steam, UV protectant, gold, $229, silver plus ozone odor treatment, pet hair removal, trunk detail. I made a simple rule: laundry customers get 10 off detailing and vice versa. Cross-pollination happened immediately. The boutique hotel asked if I'd handle their shuttle vans. Then the used car lot 3 doors down brought 3 trade-ins with cigarette ghosts and dog glitter, pet hair. Then a rideshare fleet manager booked a weekly block. I bought rubber floor mats to catch wastewater and a wet vac dedicated to the shop, plus a water containment berm because the city inspector didn't care that I was small runoff rules are runoff rules. Max became the unofficial foreman. He'd sit on the counter doing homework, then announce, "Mom, Mr. Collins is here. Gold package and also his dog did something." We had a tip jar labeled College Fund and a laminated stain guide on the wall. Wine club soda, plus salt, blood cold water only, gum freezer trick, sunscreen dish soap, the unscented kind. Business is romance until it's math again. Even with steady orders, cash flow whipsaws, detergent spikes, a dryer belt snaps, taxes want their chunk. I learned to forecast on Sundays, expected pounds, average per pound revenue, commercial commitments, payroll, supplies, rent, utilities. I set our laundry turnaround at 24 hours, same day for a fee. Detailing was by appointment through a Calendly link. I hired 2 part-time folders, with W-2s not under the table, started payroll through a small provider, and this felt huge health insurance for me and Max through a local plan for small businesses. Year 2, I walked into the bank with profit and loss statements, tax returns, and the extractor slung in a photo like a colt at auction. I asked for a small equipment loan and bought 2 60 lb washers that could swallow hotel duvets whole. We added commercial accounts: a yoga studio, sweaty mats, vinegar soaks, a dog groomer, towels for the brave, and 2 dealerships. We did their CPO interiors before photos. By summer, I wasn't carrying bags after bedtime anymore. I was reading to Max under a string of cheap paper lanterns while machines hummed a lullaby we now owned. Then the taco truck man, Hector, told me the building across the alley was going up for sale. "Warehouse, 2 bays, bad paint," he said. "Good bones." I stared through the chain link and saw it like a film. Left bay for drop-off laundry with a clean counter and a kid's nook. Right bay, a glossy detailing studio with bright lights, and a glass garage door that slid like a dream. A sign big enough to read from the light: BrightNest, laundry detail. I was not rich, but I was bankable. We bought the building with an SBA 504 loan. 10 down, fixed rate, payments we could carry. I cried signing again, for a different reason. The day we moved, my employees dragged racks across concrete that would soon be painted and believed in. We threw a block party. Hector catered quesadilla. Mrs. Alvarez cut a ribbon with comically large scissors that I'd ordered off the internet at 2 a.m. There's a photo from that day I keep near the register. I'm in a t-shirt streaked with cleaner, hair up, freckled arms that have lifted too many bags. Max has both hands in the air like he's catching confetti. The banner is crooked, the smiles are not. We kept going. 3 years in, we franchised the processes, not the brand-shared SOPs for folding, checklists for stain treatment, scripts for your wool sweater shrank, and here's how we make it right. I started profit sharing for the team and a tiny childcare stipend because single parenting is a sport with too many penalties. We added headlight restoration and ceramic interior coatings, only after I perfected the process on my own beat-up Civic. Our laundry side rolled out subscriptions, family plan, up to 60 lb month, solo, 25 leb, baby bundle, weekly, fragrance-free. We installed card readers on vending mesh bags, dryer balls, stain sticks, because quarters are a tax on time. One night, after closing, a woman stood outside the glass door for a long time, just looking. I opened it. She stepped in and said, "I'm sorry, I need to ask." "How did you—" She trailed off and gestured at the whole thing machines, lights, a little bowl of lollipops, my son's science fair poster taped behind the counter. "My husband left," she said. "I'm doing the math." I made her tea in a paper cup and told her the truth. Not the Instagram version. Start small but professional from day one. Separate account, receipts, simple brand. Price fair to yourself. If you can't hire help at your rates are wrong. Protect, insurance, LLC, contracts with net terms that won't strangle you. Pick a lane you love, or at least respect. Laundry is repetition. Detailing is patience. Both are work you can be proud of when the day is long. Cross-sell what makes sense. My laundry bought me the trust to touch someone's car. The cars introduced me to their fleet managers and HR teams, and we need uniforms washed weekly. Remember why? A kid who says sky drums, a fridge without notes. Am I rich now? The kind that buys silence? No. The kind that buys time? Yes, we own our building. We have cash reserves for slow months. I can say no to a client who isn't kind. Max has a 529 and a hand-me-down bike he refuses to give up because the bell is perfect. I donate laundry service to the women's shelter and do 1 free gold detail a month for a single parent because pride is lighter when it's shared. Sometimes late, I walk through the bays and turn off lights one by one. The machines ping. The floors smell like citrus and steam. Across the alley, Hector wipes his grill and waves. I think about the note on the fridge and realize it gave me a different kind of letter, LLC, SOP, 3 little initials that added up to a life I built with a kid on my hip and detergent on my sleeve. People ask if I'm angry at the man who left. I was. Then I wasn't. Anger is heavy. I needed both hands free to carry baskets. Now I'm too busy. Busy is my peace. Busy is my wealth. And every time a car pulls in with glittering dog hair and a desperate hope, or a basket of sleep-crumpled onesies lands on the counter, I think, I can fix this. Not all of it, but this, right now. And that's enough to keep the lights humming and the sign bright against the dark.